Marhaban bikum fi Arabo al-Khali. Welcome to the empty quarter. The shortest stage of Dakar at just 114k. Our first foray deep into this fabled terrain and its 90% dunes. The bikes classification yesterday ended with Skylar Howes leading Toby Price by just 3 seconds. Luciano Benavides scored a second win in 3 specials, Howes and Price second and third. They had all started way down though, and it seemed like leading out was a huge disadvantage, as Ross Branch, Daniel Sanders and Mason Klein all finished in the 20s. Would it be a similar story today? Very simple answer, yes. Yesterday's top 3 finished 13th, 17th and 18th.
Empty quarter is always some surprises out there, and here in these dunes there's some drops and holes and all types of crazy stuff that you can find yourself into, and also some really soft sand on some landings of jumps, which I'm sure you'll see.
Damn straight we're showing this, Skylar. Binned and burned.
Hurt my ego a little bit, but you know, anything for the fans.
Those ape hangers ain't aero, bro. What a guy though, to throw that one in for us on the house, so to speak. The day's top 3 all started late this morning. South African Mike Doherty took the bottom step of the podium. Just one of a South African contingent blowing this Dakar apart across the categories.
I was really hoping I could win that stage. Like I put everything into that, and I guess I came up short.
Bit harsh on yourself there, Mike. That was a cracking stage. Adrian van Beveren was second, despite getting smashed yesterday by Mason Klein. He was leading at kilometre 39, 60 and 84, but the Frenchman couldn't hang on. But Ross Branch enjoyed himself in the sand, and having run out of fuel on stages 5 and 6, he's back to being the hero for Hero. The Motswana with the bandana was quickest at the last 3 checkpoints, winning by 21 seconds.
Sometimes you have to push the boundaries a little bit and trying to look at the road book, make sure you're going in the right direction, jumping off dunes, and it was insane, but yeah, it was good. Happy to be in one piece.
It's all changed in the overall. Kevin Benavides, 2021 champion, now leads with Howes and Price 129 and 210 down. Nothing, basically. Both Branch's wins have come the day after he was 28th and Luciano won, so presumably Branch will finish 28th tomorrow as Luciano takes the day. And another South African, Sharon Moore, is leading the original by Motul class. Today he was slapped with a big penalty, but his lead is still 21 minutes. And from one Ross to Medeiros, Marcelo led from start to finish in the quads. A 5th podium for the Brazilian, but a first win this year. No real change overall, of course. Giroux's French procession is still looking secure. 2 Argentinians chasing are well back. It'll be champagne and foie gras in Daman rather than steak and Malbec.
Trucks always help each other, so we will ask to put some rope together.
These are the crews showing some pluck. And this is the water that brought them bad luck. Those are their ropes, and this is their plan: to tie them together as tight as they can. And these are their trucks, all stuck in the muck. This is the track that was taking them back through the sand and the mud to the next bivouac. And this is the moment their ropes all broke and their best laid plan went up in smoke. This is the buggy, all muddy and brown. As they tried to get free, the driver jumped down.
Why do I have wet socks in the desert? That's the big question.
These are the sand plates stuck in the ground, but here are some rocks that a French lady found.
I'm collecting rocks to stop us sinking further into the mud, because we are already stuck pretty deep.
These are the ruts as they think what to do. We'll all work together, like that we'll pull through. This is the knot, this time it's not slipping. These are the wheels, finally gripping. That's how to get out when the mud's pulled and sucked and it looked like you might be totally finished. Carlos Sainz has left the Dakar after all, his Audi too bashed up to start.
Obviously, I misjudged the speed. I didn't read the dune correctly. 2 meters to the left and I wouldn't have crashed, but 2 meters to the right and we did crash. It's my mistake and no one else's.
So how should Carlos have ridden that dune?
What's important is understanding how the dune is formed. Based on the wind, there is always one side that's kinder than the other, not as steep. And you have to understand that to avoid crashing when you go over it. And then what's very important here is the colour of the dunes. It shows if a dune will carry you, if the sand is more or less soft. And Nasser is a master at that.
Mr. Dakar may be out of the race, the King of Spain has gone too, but His Royal Hilux, the Sheikh of Dakar, is cruising across the sand towards a 5th coronation, and armed with experience, expertise and expectation, there's little to fear for him in the empty quarter. 4th place today for Nasser Al-Attiyah, behind Lucas Moraes. And let's show some love to another Brazilian excelling at this edition. Having never raced in sand before, the 32-year-old finished 3rd at BAHRAIN Dubai in December, even winning the opener. He's a rookie here, but surely he has a big Dakar future. There's only one Audi RSQ e-tron left, Matthias Ekstrom. He came 2nd and avoided breaking any more multi-million-dollar German toys. At last, the mechanics can have a rest tonight. Yesterday, Pro Drive cars got a 1-2-3 on the podium. Today, SEBASTIEN LOEB made it win-win-win for him.
I like the dunes, I do, but when it's only dunes. I mean, today we did 115k and it was fun, but if we have 280k like that tomorrow, it's going to be long.
280 bornes comme ça, là, ça va être long.
Loeb has never done 3 in a row before. Moraes impressive. I've just checked and we haven't mentioned Martin Prokop very much so far. Already with 6 top 15 Dakar finishes, the Czech hasn't dropped out of the top 10 since stage 2. The T1s have struggled in the dunes the last few days. The T3s wanted to show it's not so easy in a buggy either. Dania Akil, the one who found herself in trouble today. It's been a difficult Dakar for Seth Quintero, but today the American knocked it out of the ballpark. He and Dennis Sentz were the 7th quickest on 4 wheels, even beating 44 of 50 cars in the T1 class. Guillaume de Mervier still leads overall, despite rolling and finishing 11th, but his cushion is now just 7:48 over AJ. And if T4 is what you're here for, this bit's for you. Gerard Farres, super fast and finished first. The top 4 on the special are the top 4 overall. Marek and Eric Gottschall both beat the overall leader today, and Rokas Baszuska know he's a marked man. Yesterday was Janus Day. Today, another strong ride from the Dutch boss de Roy Iveco, 3rd. It's really not easy to drive those 10-tonners through this soft, dry sand. He lost time yesterday. Mitchell van den Brink helped pull 3 trucks out of the mud, and his good deeds were rewarded, 20 seconds behind in 2nd. Pascal de BAAR, whose last results read 7-6-4-2 and now 1. He did win a special back in 2016. Today, he completed a Dutch 1-2-3. After a race incident, leader Alice Loprijs withdrew this morning. Janus van Kasteren takes over. And so here we are, 10 specials down, 4 to go, and the desert adventure we've been looking forward to has begun. Tomorrow, a marathon stage. Competitors have no assistance after the special, and they can only work on their own vehicle for an hour. Testing, bleak, 273k, and of course, winning, chasing, or just surviving will leave them all utterly empty.